Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is I my name is Elizabeth. I was actually going to say Liz, but what in the world? This is the second time that that I'm starting your video. So I don't know. The first time I was struggling just as much with words, and it was a mess, and I started just feeling anxious. Like I started feeling discombobulated, keeps coming to mind, but I'm not even sure if that's the right word. But it was just like, ah. And that's why I like stopped the video and was like, let me just get my shit together over here and start this video again. So clearly my shit is not together, but that's okay. We're doing better than last time. So we'll keep moving forward. I don't know. That's just kind of funny. Let's get you an oracle. Did I say that this is a reading for Sagittarius? I did introduce myself. I used my government name, right? I'm Liz. I'm like, let's start from the beginning, take it step by step. Okay, so this is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. And I don't know, that's all that I have on that for now. This is fun. So the card that you got is Awakening, Energetic Upgrades, a New Way of Being, Integration, which also could even explain the kind of discombobulated feeling. Because even, when I see a new way of being, integration, I mean, of course, even energetic upgrades, it's like something new, having to even like learn how to, I grabbed the book again, like without even really thinking about it. I guess we'll read about it once we get your tarot cards out. But anyway, it's like even just this feeling of floating and almost like surrender, being in the like in between space. That is way too many. We have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Cups, the King of Wands, Five of Wands. Is this two cards? It is. Seven of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It's so interesting. And then the Strength card, the Emperor. It's so interesting how the majority... Oh, my dog sounded like he was chewing on something. And I'm like, did he just bring something in from outside? He doesn't usually do that. The majority of cards that we have on the table are court cards. I can't even tell you the last time, or if there has ever even been a time where I had a reading that the majority of the cards were court cards. Does that look? I don't know. It felt like it was okay. Like the only two cards that are not court cards are the Five of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Everything else is a court card. Even at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. So it's interesting. I mean, but what's good though is that like there is this movement through energy. I feel like the court cards are, so, Ace through 10 is almost kind of like going through the motions of whatever suit it is. And the court cards are taking the element, the suit, whatever it is, and it's putting it into practice, into action, tangibilizing the thing. So anyway, let's get into your interesting reading. I just got like a random text from some random number that says, Christina, let's go golfing tomorrow. Who the fuck is Christina? I love being taken on rides. I love when a reading just takes us on a journey and it's random as hell And, like, I love it. I'm here for it. So, okay, you look at this. I will read this. It says, you are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, and even feeling Kundalini Shakti rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like soul people while you consciously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You are remembering and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of these creations into the world. Or perhaps you are being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following work your light activation. I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti energy to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. I love that. And a lot of these cards, there's a lot of red. We have the Queen of Wands, the Five of Wands, the King of Wands. Even this Queen of Pentacles has some red in it. The Knight of Swords has red at the bottom of their shoe. I mean, we'll get to all of these cards, but I just wanted to show you that, there's a lot of red. Red is, root chakra. And that's, at the base of the spine. That's what it was talking about. So even root chakra, right? Like feeling the pressure to move in some direction, like taking grounded movement. And by that, I just mean being like supported by the earth, like not so much like head in the clouds type of energy, like it's rooted in reality, which is interesting. So let's start with the Queen of Wands here. This is fire, so it's very much, Sagittarius is a fire sign. I think specifically, let me see, Aries is the Queen of Wands, I believe. I have all these written down. I haven't had them like memorized yet, but the King of Wands is actually Sagittarius, and we do have the King of Wands on the table. But all right, so wands have to do with action, motivation. It's the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion. How are you communicating those things? What actions are you taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information, or experience is another way of putting it, because that's what we get by trying things, right? We figure out what works. We figure out what doesn't work. What do we like? What don't we like? And that's all just experience, right? But also, you really can only gain that by actually doing. So with the queens are when we master the energy of the suit within ourselves. So this is recognizing something within yourself. I always see the Queen of Wands as being confident, like authentic. It's following your own unique expression of life, of your experience, of your path, whatever it is, right? I mean, there's all these candles around them. They're holding this spark or this flame in their hand. So it could even be discovering or even mastering to some degree your message, your expression, like how you do want to show up in the world, even how I think was the book talking about being of service in some capacity. Like it's even mastering or getting really clear on how you want to go about doing that. But also, again, right? Like that clarity comes from taking action. And that would also say to me that you have been taking action in whatever area of your life this is pertaining to, because we have the Five of Wands next or under it. And the Five of Wands is about conflict, competition. I also see the Five of Wands as being, why is my shirt, what's happening here? I feel all of a sudden like I'm being suffocated. Which is interesting. I mean, the same color yellow is like at the top of this card, which is very solar plexus, right? Like it's even discovering, even reconnecting with your creativity, with your desires, with your passion, with your expression, right? But when I see the Five of Wands, I always think of Mulan. And in the sense of, you know, they go to like warrior training. And at first it's an effing mess, right? I mean, everybody's fighting with each other. There's all this competition, right? Like, you know, it's measuring swords, you know, quote unquote, right? Like it's a lot of ego even. But eventually they all come together. Right. And it's a lot about like practice. It's a lot of, you know, muscle memory, training, right? Like it's almost even letting go of old ways of being, even old ways of thinking about, or even because we don't even, the only swords card we have is the Knight of Swords. So I just mean thinking in the sense of what you thought was possible as far as like working with other people, because there is more than one person. This could even be a concern about the potential competition that's out there. Not that you're necessarily comparing yourself to other people, but maybe it's like, you know, a concern about, is your message going to be received? Is it time for your message to be put out there? Is it coming together yet? Is it clear? You know, I mean, all these people are reaching for this flame up here. And you could be any one of these people on this card too. But all this is, you know, fives are transitionary energies in tarot. They're nothing to pitch a tent and get stuck in. They're there to help. They're there to help you. So any type of like resistance, any type of comparison or competition or ego even keeps coming to mind. Any of that stuff that's coming up for you, it's a real good opportunity to recognize whatever that is. And is it helping or is it hindering? Are you like motivating yourself out of like fear or ego, or are you motivating yourself out of like this pure desire to express authentically and even to get to a point with this flame in their hand of expressing yourself, like finding that niche or excitement, or and even too, like with this Five of Wands, this could be something that you have been working on, going through your conditioning. Also, the purpose of this is to get you to the point of the Six of Wands, which is victory, success, recognition. So this is very much part of the process. It might feel like uncomfortable, but it's definitely there for your highest good. I just kind of keep looking at this fluffy, um, like beanbag thing and this cat. So there could be like, it's almost like creature comforts is kind of how that feels, but it's definitely something like fluffy. Maybe you do have a pet that is helping in some capacity. But then we have the Page of Cups. This is definitely like when I was saying before about like not having your head in the clouds. I mean, look at this. Like this is their head in the clouds, or is it just like an illusion? Because their legs are cut off right where this is. I don't know. And they're like looking at it. So the Page of cups have to do with our emotions, right? I mean, there's this starburst or this energy coming out of their heart chakra. So cups have to do with our emotions, love, our relationship with love, and it's our relationship with love of ourselves. How do we receive love? How do we give ourselves love? But also, how do we give it to other people? How do we receive it from other people? How do we feel about our lives, about what we're doing, about the direction that we're heading in? So the Page of Cups is more about like imagination, as we can see in this card, right? It's almost like this like breaking down of reality. Even this pig that has wings, that's literally flying. You know that saying, when pigs fly, right? It's usually talking about something that's impossible. Well, we have a pig that's flying here. So something that seems impossible is definitely clearly possible here. There's these two hands that are forming a heart over here, and there's some energy going on between them. Even, like this, I just put it together. I can't even tell you how many times I have seen this card. And this is the first time I'm recognizing that this hand on this side is coming out of like this person. So it would be like their soul or their energy, and it's linking up with somebody else. This can, of course, be romantic. It doesn't have to be. It can be, finding people that are on the same path as you, on the same wavelength, want the same thing. Their message is the same, or they can help you spread your own message. But with the page, and like I said with the court cards, right, they're actually putting the element into practice. So we already have the Ace of Cups here, right? So the Ace of Cups has already been given to you, or it's already shown up to you. And now it's like, okay, I have this cup. What do I want to do with it? How do I want to express my love? How do I want to spread my love? How do I want to receive in return, right? Because this is still like an equal exchange here. There's two parts, two people that are completing this heart, right? And then whatever this energy is in the middle. And still with the little pig flying, I mean, like something that you seem to think or feel might be impossible. Maybe you don't even think it's impossible. Maybe it's just a matter of like you can't really intuit like how it would actually happen or how it would actually come about. And again, there's nothing really on the table that says that you should be in your mind at all. There is a Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, but even they're like running towards the motorcycle over here. And I keep kind of saying, swords are about our mind and thinking and ideas, beliefs, how we're communicating those things. And the absence of that element is telling me that it's not going to come from your mind. It's that, that saying, you can't think your way into, you can't think your way out of, you can't think your way through something. And again, even the abundance of, because we have 3 wands cards out here, which is kind of the dominant energy on the table. So it's more about taking action, and also even to like being guided by passion, being guided by, because again, wands have to do with passion and creativity, the things that light us up. So if it doesn't feel like it's adding to your flame, in a good way, of course, then it's not even something that you necessarily should be pursuing. We have the 7 of Pentacles next. And it's interesting because this guy almost even looks like this guy, right? I mean, they could be the same person, even though it's a different element. But Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. What are we putting our physical time into? Where are we physically showing up in our lives, right? It's also our physical body and our health. It's our possessions, what we place value on, where we live. And we can see that the 7 of Pentacles, he's literally doing energy work. So again, even this is not thinking your way. This isn't coming from the mind, right? This has this feeling of surrender and also even like co-creation. They planted this seed. Their attention, they're like physically showing up, right? So they physically planted the seed. They're physically there tending to it, right? And all of these roots are growing. There's all of these possibilities that are underneath the ground that have yet to break the surface of the earth yet. So this person, they don't even really know that all of this exists under here, right? So there's this element of trust. There's this element of surrender, but there's also this element of continuing to focus your energy, your resources, your attention on this thing. Even if you have no evidence of it actually taking root, of it actually manifesting anything, that's not the point. The point is, like to continue to focus your like I said, your time, your resources, money, even on growing this thing. And it's literally strictly out of like trusting that, and even having a belief in the thing. Like, you just, that that this is the one plant that you want to focus on, whatever that plant is for you, right? But again, you already know what it is. It is something that's probably, just continuously, the energy continuously shows up around you. And it's like, I have no evidence that says that this thing will actually pay off. But if you focus your energy, your time, your attention on the thing, it will. And we do have evidence of that in the sense of the King of Wands. So we start with the Queen of Wands, which is mastering the energy of the suit, right? Getting clear about who you are, what you want, how you want to express yourself, right? Even that paired with the 5 of Wands, because it's, kind of sorting through all of that. And then there's this progression to the Knight of Wands. And I love a progression in one reading. I think that's so cool, because it also just shows, I don't know why all of a sudden, this is the left side of my face. It's probably looking like the right side to you in my frizzy ass hair. But all of a sudden, this side of my face just started itching like crazy. Interesting. But it shows that we are moving through energies. Even too, like having the confirmation of this. And like I said, the King of Wands is the Sagittarius card. So, I mean, you showing up in your own reading is also amazing. But kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? They are a leader. They're overseeing a kingdom. So people look to them as an authority. They look to them for guidance. This is also somebody who is like, I always see the King of Wands specifically as needing like creative freedom. They're not going to fit into the proverbial box. I also keep hearing like they'll do what they need to do, but it is like there's a calculation behind it. And that also comes from experience because, again, right, they would have gone all the way from the ace all the way through the queen, which we have here. So all of that experience has taught them how to be in this expression. I think he's so cute too. And it's interesting that we even have this lion back there because behind the Knight of Swords is the Strength card. So that's kind of cool. It almost really kind of feels like having protection. This could be an ancestor. It could be, a past loved one or something. But it's like, it's also even, I'm getting this feeling of being edged along. Because if you were just out in the safari or something, wherever lions live, are you going to walk backwards towards a lion? No. You're going to keep moving forward. Right? If there's a lion behind you, granted, what would you do? I'm just, right, metaphorically. Like, you're not going to walk towards a lion. So it's almost like this thing of like something, and maybe you feel this too, but it's like something is edging you forward. Something kind of keeps pushing you forward, but it's something that like you don't want to, it has this feeling of like not wanting to, I don't want to say, it's not like fear-based in the like negative sense, but it's definitely, it's like a larger energy where you don't necessarily feel like you have a choice. Of course, we all do have a choice, right? But like, again, I just kind of get this feeling about like, it's not like you would just kind of turn around and start walking back towards a lion because you're like, no, never mind. Let's just forget about it, right? Like the lion's gonna be like, now move forward, almost like borderline bullying, but in the best way, because it's like you need that push, you need something, even if that's just like the fire up under your ass. It's like just needing something that helps you to continue to just inch forward. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we go from the Seven of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles again, and we even start with a queen and we end with a queen, which I love. This is very, like individual, but it's also this whole process of internal growth, but also even like external in the way that you like show up in the world and the way that you do communicate your messaging. But the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, look how chill the Queen of Pentacles is. Content. Not worried. Not a single ounce of stress is in this card. They're holding on to their pentacle there, but not even tightly. So again, like with Pentacles, it's knowing your worth. Sitting with that, it's like really being grounded in even what you put worth and value into. There's this sense of, I know I already said like contentment. It could just be falling into a pattern that is like easy breezy. I don't know, like with this card, I just keep getting chill vibes, easy breezy, no stress. This could even be money coming to you effortlessly. Also, even with that, now it's like, I get this feeling of not even having to chase, because this is showing up authentically, expressing your message authentically, and literally, like whoever needs to hear it, or it's like people just find you. And even going to like the confident thing, this is like kind of one of those more quiet kind of confidence. I mean, literally just their posture feels that way. I mean, of course, getting out into nature, if that's accessible to you, meditating. I love that. I love her crown too. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And on the bottom of their shoe is like coding. It's what is that? Like binary code or whatever. It's the ones and zeros. So it's almost like something in you is being activated, like your own code is being activated. And all of a sudden it's like, because again, they're running towards that motorcycle. So all of this stuff is happening, right? And there is a lot, I feel, that is happening here. And for us to end on this Queen of Pentacles, where it's like you don't even have to worry about it, because whatever is next, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And it's almost like you will receive the message, like you'll know when to move, because it's like you won't even have a choice. And also too, you'll know what direction to actually even move into. Because this is you're not going to run to your motorcycle if you're not going to run to your motorcycle. What did I just say? Whatever. If you don't have like a direction or like a destination, right? We have the Strength card, which is Leo. But even just the balance between this lamb down here and them kind of morphing into a lion, the Strength card talks more about inner strength and perseverance, determination. There's this heart necklace. So it's, this balance of innocence, easy breezy, with this, knowing that you have what it takes. You have the determination, you have the strength. Even, since this Knight of Wands has that lion back there, it's like recognizing that the lion is very much part of you, right? We have the Emperor, which is Mars, Aries. I mean, they're literally sitting on top of Mars, which is interesting. There's this chess table or checkers, whatever that is. I think it's chess. They're holding a chess piece right here. But the Emperor is very much like an authority, of course. Because like the Emperor oversees all of the kings, right? So this is about like becoming an authority. Also like taking charge, taking control of things, being in control. Even just the analogy or whatever of a chess game. I don't know how to play chess, but I do know it's a game of calculation, right? It's like having to almost kind of intuit somebody else's next move in order to take your own. But even like having the knowledge to see how the game would be played out. Like, have you seen The Queen's Gambit? I love that show. But, like every once in a while, like when she's really stressed out, she'll see the whole chess game like on the ceiling of whatever room she's in, and she'll see like how it would play out if certain steps were taken, right? Interesting. We have the Four of Pentacles, which talks about holding on a bit too tight. Even isolation, because there's this, town back here. She's sitting way over here. So yeah, like holding on too tight, but also I kind of keep getting this feeling about waiting for the right time. It could be even stacking resources, putting money away, squirreling money away, but it's like being prepared. We have the Page of Pentacles, planting roots. There's the Ace of Pentacles there. It already has roots formed. They're even holding tree pose here, but this is being new. I always like the Page of Pentacles as the Apprentice card for me. It's like, starting something new in tangible form, a new job, a new stream of income, a new way of spending your time, lifestyle, something along those lines. We have Temperance. This is why I kept going, because we have Temperance. So we have both Sagittarius cards, although, the Wheel of Fortune isn't back here, but this is Sagittarius. We have the moon and the sun there. We just had eclipses. Again, even this angel back here, like feeling guided. Temperance is about, like energies blending together. Alchemy, right? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So back here we had the Page of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Pentacles with the roots. So this is something new, a new opportunity, a new gift, planting roots somewhere. We have the Six of Wands, which is recognition. So all of whatever is happening in this Five of Wands is getting you to this place of recognition. We have the Judgment card. We have the King of Pentacles. So like, I could keep going, but honestly, I hope I haven't confused you like all the way, but I am going to leave it there. This is beautiful. Thank you for taking me on that journey with you, Sagittarius. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.